What is up, YouTube? My name is Shirria. This is the Shirria Mac channel where I am documenting my debt-free journey as an entrepreneurial licensed clinical social worker, also working part-time along with my husband's income, who is a welder. Together or combined, our income is about $120,000 per year, and I am trying to get out of over $305,000, or that's where I started in October. By budgeting, tracking my expenses, increasing my income, and lowering my expenses. And if that is something you feel like you are interested in, then be sure to hit the subscribe button or the follow button. Today, this budget is a little different. It's actually because entrepreneurship is an actual part of my journey. I do like to do business income reports, and I did one back, I want to say in May, and then I kind of fell off, but I'm trying to get back more consistent with YouTube, especially since it's looking more possible that I can become monetized, and that is one of the ways that I am hoping to increase my income to be able to accelerate my debt-free journey and hopefully my wealth journey. So we will get right into the income I earned in my business for the month of October. All right, so you do see my profit and loss statement. I do manage my books within QuickBooks. One of my goals for for 2024 is to actually hire or rehire another CPA to manage my income, as my goal is to be able to increase my income for 2024 by 10%, with hopes to be able to give myself a raise of 10 to 15%, with a goal to be able to give myself a raise of 2 to 3%. For the following year. So this is the income that I have earned we are in my profit and loss statement for the month of October. So from October 1st to October 31st. The business name is Mental Wellness Clinical Counseling and Services. And if you're new here, I am a therapist with a virtual private practice, also working part-time. So getting into the income that I received for the month of October, I am still on BetterHelp. I have one client that I see weekly, and although that client has made great progress, I still continue to see that client on BetterHelp instead of moving the client outside of BetterHelp. And I earned $132.39 from BetterHelp for that month. I am a consultant with PGIC, and I am paid a flat I'm a 1099 consultant, and I earned $7,000 for the month of October, but that's because I did not pick up my income for the month of September. And so when I went on October 31st, I got both months. So that is not typical, but this is how it was reflected. And because I deposited all the checks at one time, there were actually, this $858 was actually some more insurance payments. And I probably need to go and recategorize that, because I feel like, well, I don't know, for tax purposes that may be an issue, but so it was a EAP check for $300 from one EAP company, another one for $360, and then an insurance check for $198. And then services, really just, we can go into what that includes, I think. So services is a combination of insurance payments, Sonderman, Headway, and all of those payments that I received from those different companies that I am considered a 1099 employee with. So in services, I earned a total of $14,185.06. And even if you subtract the $3,500 that I earned, the $3,500 that I paid myself for the month of September and October, my income for the month would have been $10,685.06. And this is a really good time to go more into detail about how I ended up in the debt. This is exactly what it was. Once I started to see more 10K months more consistently, lifestyle creep definitely got in the way. And so I just started swiping things, feeling like I was swiping more. I was swiping with eyes bigger than my actual bank account. When it comes to expenses, there are a variety of expenses. So bad debt is, I don't know if that's categorized correctly, but so I pay $175 to Apple because I got a desktop for my business. And then insurance is $393.60, and that is for me and my daughter with Blue Cross and Blue Shield. And while I will say that is expensive, the benefits are definitely worth it. I accrued $15.79 in bank fees and service charges, and that's the combination from my bank as well as what some of the insurance companies charge me for paying me, which I think is a little unethical, but whatever. And then the membership and subscriptions, that's $276, and this is atypical because I joined the National Association of Social Workers in the month of October, and that was a business expense, and this is what the annual membership fee was, $276. So that totaled $291.79 total. Meals were the combination of collaborations and meeting up and networking with other providers either in my area or the content creators in discussions for collaborations. And I actually had one in Hawaii, which was great. We decided not to collaborate anytime soon because I think we are on two different paths as far as our business and our content. But I definitely think that it may be something that we are able to do in the future. Software and apps, this includes things like my EHR with Simple Practice. And if you are interested or you will be going into private practice soon and you're interested in the EHR, I will link my referral code or my affiliate code down in the description box. I think you get a couple of months free, and then I earn a small commission off of that. I hate to click on it because I feel like then it'll take me away. But Simple Practice is $99, but I think it also includes like Google services, Google Internet, Google HIPAA compliant email, my phone, my fax, all of those things I think are included here. And then payroll, I pay myself $65,000 salary that equates to $5,000 monthly, and taxes and everything comes out. I do manage payroll through QuickBooks, and so that totals $5,382.50 total, but what I get paid is $1825.52. I have since bi-weekly, but I've since changed it to weekly so that I will also get paid every week, as does my husband, and I feel like that'd be more beneficial for the journey that we're on right now. Then because we only have internet with Spectrum, and one of the things for 2024 is to search other companies. There's not a lot of competition where we live. We live in a small city in North Carolina, and there's just not a lot of competition. But I cover that because my business solely requires internet services. And then phone services includes my line, my daughter's line, who is a contracted employee who manages my social media, and my youngest son's line, who cleans my office. So I consider them employees of my business, and I cover their phone bill. And it also includes a VPN so that I can work from wherever. So if I ever have to go to where my consulting gig is, and I have to see clients while I'm in their office, sometimes I see them on their internet. Sometimes I just have my own. If I decide I want to work from the library or from Starbucks, which I don't really do a lot in Starbucks because of confidentiality, but in the library, I just have my own VPN and I can work from anywhere, which is great. So my total expenses for utilities was $391.45. That brought my total expenses to $7,128.69, which again includes my pay or what I pay myself, and net operating income was $7,056.37, and then the net income, which is basically a profit, was again $7,056.37. And I consider that a profit because I have already paid myself. If I had not already paid myself, or if my pay was not directly deposited, what I used to do was, by the time I got to net income, I would then deduct taxes, and then like 15%, 30%, I think is what my CPA used to tell me. And then whatever was left was what I would pay myself as an owner's draw. So that was the income that I earned for the month of October. Like I said, it is atypical, but I am very hopeful that that is what I'm seeing, because I'm hoping for more 20K months. I recently shared a TikTok. I share these reports on my TikTok. And someone made a comment, and I had to create another video or a response video letting people know that as much as they push 10K months and how that feels like you've made it, I don't think there's enough conversation about what it costs to make $10,000 a month. And as that goes up, so does the cost of it. So if I were at $20,000 months, I would definitely have to include the pay for a CPA, depending on how I was making those $20,000. I may have a whole team that I have to pay. It may require, more convenience. And I don't think those are the conversations that are being had when they push like, oh, 10K a month, 10K per month. And so while this is a good profit, and even if you added back what I paid myself, the $5,000, it would be a $12,000 profit, which some people, and that's another thing that causes people to hesitate from going from LLC and just a owner's draw to S Corp, is because if I was just an LLC, I could just go in, and if, like I said, my net income or my net profit for the month was $12,000, if I wanted to pay myself $10,000, I could do that. As an S Corp, I have to pay myself a reasonable salary, but I will say there is the flexibility, as far as I know, to change what the reasonable salary is based on market, what's the rate in the market. So I am underpaying myself, and I consider a reasonable salary actually to be like at least what I walked out of, which was 74. But I just want to see more income coming in before I raise my salary. And again, my goal is to be able to give myself a 2 to 3% raise every single year. So I don't know. I mean, at the end of the year, when I sit down and run my numbers, I may see if that's feasible for me. I don't necessarily know, because I am trying to do less one-on-one to be able to build other streams of income like YouTube. So I say all that to say this was the income that I earned for the month of October. Again, I do share a glimpse of this and talk more. Well, I talk more about it on the YouTube than I do on my TikTok. But I share what I earn in a day, what I earn in a week, what I earn in a weekend, and now what I earn in a month on my TikTok more routinely. And so if you are interested in that type of content, short form content, be sure to check out the link in the description box and follow me over there as well. If you have watched thus far, I really appreciate it. If you are a business owner, how do you track your expenses? Is it pen and paper? Is it in QuickBooks? Do you have a CPA? Please let me know. I am, again, really starting to look more deeply into 2024 and what the goals that I have for myself, my family, and my business. And that is definitely one of the things that I want to have, is a CPA to let me know who can guide me from month to month, or at least more routinely, on what I need to do and not do when it comes to my business. So thank you so very much for watching. If you have not already considered subscribing, please do so. I mean, it's free. If you enjoy the content and want to follow, get more videos like this, let me know how you like this video. It is different from the debt-free content that I normally record. But again, since entrepreneurship is a part of my business, I wanted to include that. Thank you so very much for watching. Bye for now.